Nerdrotic.com.
Okay, I haven't done an Ezra Miller video yet, but here we go. Before we get started, though, I would just like to say very clearly and publicly that if Ezra Miller was an upstanding citizen, helped little old ladies across the street, didn't jaywalk, didn't do a bunch of drugs, didn't groom kids, I'd still want Flash canceled. I think he's a horrible Barry Allen, and the fact that he plays two separate versions of Ezra Miller is horrifying. So absolutely, they should cancel this movie. Of course, they're not, because he has alphabet privilege. There are people currently, right now, in the United States, locked up for doing far less than what Ezra Miller has done. Like, they didn't even take him to jail when he got charged for first-degree burglary. I went to jail for a year for first-degree burglary. Warner Brothers weighing fate of The Flash as its Ezra Miller problem grows. Yeah, what are they waiting for? Him to kill somebody? The studio ponders three paths forward for the expensive DC film, with a worst case, if unlikely scenario, including the project being scrapped. Just reshoot the damn thing. Throw another $100 million and you'd probably make it back. It's gonna flop. With Ezra, I'm sure there'll be some curiosity factor, and Chris Gore knows somebody who's seen it and says it's good. I can't imagine it being good with two Ezra Millers. That's just me. The fate of Warner Brothers, The Flash, hangs in the balance. How? It shouldn't even be at this point. Like, if he was anybody else, this movie would be scrapped. Johnny Depp, anyone? As actor or adult pretender, Ezra Miller continues to make headlines for their controversial behavior. Well, I guess he is playing two Ezra Millers in Flash, so it might be there. And hell, with how many crimes he's committed over, how many states? He might actually be the Flash, and various arrests. An outright shelving of the film is not off the table, though it would be a last resort. Again, what are you waiting for? Warner's and its new parent company, Warner Brothers Discovery, had hoped to avoid the line of fire because its big-budget DC superhero tentpole isn't scheduled to hit theaters until June 23rd, 2023, which gives Ezra ample time to commit multiple crimes. But the pressure is mounting by the day. And here's where the pressure comes from. This is purely my speculation, but I'm guessing that Ezra can describe certain body parts, probably in detail, of a lot of producers in Hollywood. That's just my guess. It's just a guess. It could be completely wrong. It's pure speculation. On Monday, the actor was charged with a felony burglary and didn't spend a second getting locked up, getting processed or anything. And on Wednesday, Rolling Stone reported that Vermont's Child Services Department is attempting to locate a mother and three children who have alleged been residing at Miller's farm in the state. What do you mean attempting to locate? Where are they? A source with knowledge of the situation says the studio appears to be preparing for three possible scenarios. Oh, and there's Army Hammer right there is another freak. First, Warner's has received indications that the 29-year-old Miller, whose mother has accompanied the actor in recent days, will seek professional help after returning home to their farm in Vermont where they grow pot after being away. If that happens, Miller, who goes by they/them pronouns, could give an interview at some point explaining their erratic behavior over the past few years. Drugs, obviously, and probably being passed around Hollywood a bit. Way to go, Mom, for letting that happen, if it happened. The actor could then do limited press for The Flash. And the movie would open in cinemas as planned. These are the hypocrites who get on their soapboxes and tell us how to live. Like, you know what a freaking joke this is. The second scenario, even if Miller doesn't reach out for help, Warner's could still release the film, but don't expect Miller to play the prominent role in terms of marketing and publicity, nor would Miller be the Flash going forward. I don't think he's going to be anyway, and if he is, then Warner Brothers is still the dumbest company on earth. which is something I still believe until I see different, as the role would be recast in future projects. I think Elliot Page. I couldn't think of his name. Elliot Page. The third, the situation with Miller deteriorates further, which I'm leaning towards the third right now. I hope not. I'm just calling it like I see it. This would be Warner's killing the movie outright, as it could not be reshot with a different actor. Miller plays multiple characters. Oh my God, I hope it's not more than two. And is in almost every scene. Scrapping a $200 million film would be an unprecedented move. Well, you did it with $100 million. Why not with $200 million? Because believe me, you're not going to make it back. You're just not. He's not going to be the Flash going forward. And it'll just be a giant train wreck. All of this comes amid the changes at Warner's. Earlier this month, newly minted Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav, the Zaz, stunned Hollywood when he shelved Batgirl, a $90 million movie that was approaching $100 million, actually. And canceled the movie on Adil's wedding day, which is messed up beyond belief. But again, these are the people who get on their soapboxes and tell us how to live. They're such good people. Made for HBO Max. Unlike The Flash, there was no individual controversy involved. Rather, Zaslav, the Zaz, opted to take a tax write-down on the project and pivot away from making a giant turd. Streaming films for DC. Sorry, that was my insert there. Miller was cast as the Flash in 2014, the same year a solo The Flash film was announced. The development process has been very long, with multiple directors coming and going over the years, until It filmmaker Andy Muschietti finally got the project off the ground. The film also stars Michael Keaton back as Batman, the only reason people are going to watch it, and of course Ben Affleck, the Batfleck. I love Batfleck. I love Ben Affleck as Batman. He's back too, and that's another reason I'm going to go see it. Or I was going to go see it. Well, I'm still going to go see it. I mean, come on. It's a train wreck. I'm going to see it when it comes out. It depends. Are we going to see it? What version are we going to see? Will it get delayed another year? Who knows? Miller began their time as the Flash with cameos in Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, and Suicide Squad, both released in 2016. Both actually made a lot of money. They did. Especially if you look at it by today's standards, before having a main role in Justice League a year later, the Justice League, where his face planted right into Gal Gadot's boobies. The Flash is a key film for Warner's. I don't have a problem with it personally, but I guess some people did, as it is expected to chart a new course for the DC Extended Universe. The film has been testing well, which is true, even as Miller's legal woes continue to mount. But, I mean, you know, a lot of films have tested well. Okay, let's be real. Who are they testing with? Earlier this week, word broke that they have been charged with felony burglary for allegedly stealing bottles of alcohol from a Vermont home. Why is a they worth millions of dollars stealing bottles of alcohol? In Vermont, don't they shoot people in Vermont? Aren't they like kind of gun happy? Do I have that state mixed up? I mean, I'm in Texas, but the other gun happy state, Second Amendment. All right. According to a police report posted online, Vermont state police were notified May 1st. Oh, and he's just getting charged now. I seem to remember getting arrested and charged the day I committed the burglary. But again, white privilege. Reported that several bottles of alcohol were taken from within the residence while the homeowners were not present. Following an investigation that included taking statements and reviewing surveillance videos, police found probable cause to charge Miller. The latest charge comes after Miller was arrested in April in Hawaii and booked on suspicion of second-degree assault, per the Hawaiian Island Police Department. The incident reportedly occurred when Miller was attending a get-together at a private residence and became irate after being asked to leave and reportedly threw a chair, striking a 26-year-old female on the forehead, per police. Again, anybody else does this, they're done. They're done. Alphabet privilege. That came on the heels of a March arrest on charges of disorderly conduct and harassment following the incident at a karaoke bar in Hilo, Hawaii. And quite frankly, don't we all want to get a little violent after karaoke? But we don't actually act it out, okay? We're adults. We just go, okay, I'll just sing even worse. That's what karaoke does. At least, that's what it is. At least one project had already distanced. I thought they were doing pronoun thing again. So I'm so confused with this pronoun thing. So we're talking about a project, not a person, although some person probably identifies as a project. At least one project has already distanced itself from Miller. On Tuesday, the Salvador Dali biopic, Dali something, left Miller out of its press release, and in an announcement about its debut at the Toronto Film Festival, the actor plays a young version of the artiste in the project, which stars Ben Kingsley as the older version. Despite arrests and headlines about Miller's alleged behavior, Zaslav the Zaz said last week that the studio is committed to theatrical release for a number of DC films, including Flash. As a matter of fact, he said that like 3 or 4 days ago, like right before the arrest. He's just got to be going, son of a bitch, what have I inherited here? Everything's going reality TV. And I think that's what Zaz wants. We've seen them. We think they are terrific. Do you? Do you really think they are terrific, Zaz? And we think we can make them even better. Make them better. Oh, my God. The Zaz said of DC's upcoming slate, CAA, which represents Miller, didn't immediately respond, blah, 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 blah. So this isn't, some scooper pooper out there like Grace Randolph. I mean, this is the Hollywood Reporter, so I would say that, yeah, this thing's probably in a little bit of trouble. But so is Warner Brothers. So is DC Comics. I have covered it in length. I haven't talked about comic books in quite a while because there's nothing to talk about. They're shit. They're done. And we're just in the long, slow demise, the waning of the traditional comic industry with Marvel and DC both going woke as hell, completely alienating most of their clientele. Oh, wow, that rhymed. That's 3 videos in a row I did that. Man, I should be a rapper. No, I'm just kidding. That's me, Mr. Hip Hop. Where was I? So, yes, DC is going downhill. Warner Brothers is going downhill. And, Zaslav coming in with a 10-year plan and trying to find somebody sounds good, but that's what they tried to do before. And they're still doing it backwards. Call me crazy, concerning Flashpoint. But if you're going to start a story, I would do it at the beginning and not at the end. Flashpoint is not a story you begin anything with. It's like, I don't know, beginning with the Justice League. Like Snyder had a better plan than this, and they don't even have anybody to plan it. And just to let you know, it was rumored tonight, if you want to just give up all hope with DC, Greg Berlanti is being considered for the Kevin Feige position for the DCEU. Feelings and hallways on the big screen. And as somebody pointed out on Twitter, lots and lots of crying. Lots of crying. It's going to be like Star Trek Discovery, except with superheroes. Warner Brothers, you're the dumbest company alive, and you have been. Canceling Batgirl was one good move, but you also released Birds of Prey. You did. You did. And you got rid of Superman, one of your biggest characters, to replace her with a Supergirl who doesn't even look like Supergirl. You had a Batgirl who doesn't even look like Batgirl, and you decided to focus your DCEU on Ezra Miller's Flash, multiple versions, and Aquaman, and not Superman and Batman. When that's the thing everybody wants. Everybody wants Superman and Batman. They want Henry Cavill as Superman, and they want Ben Affleck as Batman. Yeah, you got a Batman movie. By the way, also heard tonight via Variety that the Batman sequel has not been green-lit yet. There's also a bigger problem Zaslav has, like work-wise. Now, Ezra's the biggest problem because like he's a danger to society and himself right now. But a danger to our imagination is Jar Jar Abrams, who still works for Warner Brothers, has a $500 million contract and has delivered absolutely nothing. Zaz, you want to start? Batgirl's a good start. While you got the axe out, get rid of Jar Jar. Eat the money. It'll be better than having him make stuff for you, because it will be terrible. But I think it is all a little bit too late anyway. I mean, you missed your window of opportunity. We are in the great superhero wane now. It was just a matter of time and oversaturation. And more importantly, no, this could still be going, by the way. They just decided to skip years of great content for their current year woke garbage content. So there you have it. Ezra Miller makes Amber Heard. No, she's still bad. Maybe they should team up to fight the KKK. I'd crowdfund that. I would. So thanks for watching Nerdrotic Daily. Please like, share, and subscribe. Help my friend Perry Chan, who runs this channel with me, get to 100,000 subscribers. And I hope you have a great day. Ciao.
Nerdrotic.com. Please subscribe.